to my fellow classmates, I am honored and delighted to be selected to speak at tonight's ceremony. When I first heard that I was selected, I was only given 3 criteria for this speech. Make it appropriate, but funny, and be motivational. Okay, sure, I can do that. And then I started to write this speech. Originally, I was going to talk about how our journey through nursing school was comparable to going through a horror movie. I pitched the idea to my husband, who instantly called it inappropriate, and told me that it wasn't motivational enough. I don't know what's more motivational than surviving a horror movie, but regardless, I threw the idea out, and I sat there thinking, okay, what is motivational? I turned back to him in excitement to pitch a new idea. I got it. I'm going to make it a musical. It's going to be a hybrid of 90s rap and Disney. I'm going to be lights, costumes, and small animals. Initially, planning the musical was progressing very well. Pam was going to play the guitar. I was talking Julie into bringing her ducks. There was going to be a candy explosion at the end. It was going to be amazing. Well, then I found out that the Ogle Center isn't exactly animal friendly, and I just can't make a musical without small animals. Therefore, it is with consideration of appropriateness and venue limitations that I speak before you tonight. Throughout our education at Indiana University Southeast, reflection was a frequently used tool to aid us through higher thinking processes. By reflecting on the knowledge that we were acquiring, we were guided into a deeper understanding of what it means to be educated. As nurses, our education isn't concluded when a degree is handed to us. Rather, education is a lifelong process. By applying reflective thinking throughout the nursing program, we were allowed to process our experiences, explore the meaning and significance of course content, and challenge to dig deeper into what we were learning and the value of it all. With that being said, as we come to the end of our education at IUS, I believe it is only appropriate for one final, thoughtful, candid reflection. Let's start with nursing orientation. We showed up to orientation eager and full of excitement. Within the first hour, we were bluntly forewarned as to what was to come. Some of the orienting remarks that I remember were, look to your left, now look to your right. One of you won't make it. And buy your scrubs a size bigger. They were harsh, but they weren't wrong. We started losing people and gaining weight within the first month. Our excitement quickly transitioned to anxiety as orientation progressed and reality set in. One of our first courses covered communication skills. Now, if you're like any other rational person, you would expect a communication class to possibly consist of maybe some group activities, some team building, some group exercises. Oh no. In the IUS nursing program, you sign a liability waiver, and you are blindfolded, and you are taken to an obstacle course maze in the middle of the woods. Then, because you don't have enough anxiety in nursing school, you are taken to a telephone pole where you are strongly encouraged to climb the telephone pole and jump off of it. I can assure you that many of us learned multiple verbal and nonverbal communication techniques in that course. Sophomore year, we began our clinicals. This was an exciting time. We finally got to put our newly learned nursing skills into practice on real people. We were performing assessments, dressing changes, administering various routes of medications, inserting IVs. We were starting to feel like real nurses. Then we had nursing simulations. For those of you who don't know about nursing simulations, let me enlighten you. However, before I do so, I have to disclose that I signed multiple confidentiality agreements stating that I would never, ever discuss simulations. So as much as I really want to share the stories of our simulations, I'm not going to risk being placed on a contract this close to graduation. Therefore, I will discuss the general concept of simulations. Nursing simulations were a tool used to challenge us to think critically, prioritize, learn time management, and demonstrate the ability to function as safe, competent nurses by mimicking real patient scenarios. The simulation rooms are set up to look like a real hospital room with a talking mannequin as the patient. However, the hospital room is equipped with microphones. video cameras, and a two-way mirror that allows your instructors and classmates to watch you. More specifically, the instructors sit on the control side of the mirror saying, "What are they doing?" While we, the students, are on the patient side of the mirror saying, "What are we doing?" Yes, we were challenged to think critically in an environment where the capacity to think in any regard was either severely limited or entirely impaired. Of all the simulations, I will never forget my ACLS mega code checkoff, appropriately named. Things were going well until Tanya flatlined my patient. Prior to nursing school, my reaction would have been to panic and call a timeout, but instead I calmly watched my patient lose their heartbeat and responded with, "Well, this is happening. So this is what we're going to do next." Now, maybe my reaction stemmed from the possibility that nursing school has fried my adrenal glands and all of my fight or flight abilities, but it's more likely that the years of preparation in this program equipped me with the confidence and knowledge to respond efficiently. See, like our experiences in simulations, the nursing profession is frequently challenging, chaotic, and unpredictable. It is through the many dreaded, high-pressure simulations that has prepared us to perform in real-life situations and in environments where life or death is often in our hands. Also stressed to us throughout this program was the importance of patient-centered, individualized care. I'm specifically referring to the essential nursing skill of cultural competence. Through active involvement, working in diverse populations in the community, we have begun to develop cultural competence. We've each gone to different settings and cared for people from different backgrounds and cultures. Some of us have been to the Amish community, facilitating a free health fair, to the Kentucky Women's Correctional Facility, providing prenatal education, the Refugee Center, administering vaccinations, developing and implementing a community health fair at IUS, and implementing health screenings and health promotion education at the Indian Reservation in South Dakota. Through each of these invaluable and unforgettable participatory interactions, we were able to learn how to care for everyone and anyone while honoring their cultural, religious, and spiritual beliefs. Because of these opportunities practiced in within these diverse populations, we witnessed firsthand the importance of advocacy. We have seen the challenges facing the healthcare systems, ranging from the growing demand for healthcare services, the current and increasing shortage of nurses, and the health disparities present at every level. As nurses, we have a fundamental commitment to lead, change, and empower others. We as nurses are responsible for speaking up for both ourselves and others, as we are often the voice for those who do not have one. As nurses, we not only face our own fears, we guide others through their scariest moments. We are the ultimate advocates. And having gotten to know each one of these people, I know that this class is going to be an exceptional group of nurse advocates and leaders. IUS, over the last 4 years, has empowered us with the knowledge and skills necessary to become great nurses. That is not to say that there haven't been moments where we've questioned our ability to do this. Upon entering nursing school, my dad was diagnosed with early onset, moderate stage Alzheimer's disease. Throughout my journey through this program, I cared for my dad as his legal guardian. I cared for him and acted as his advocate, as one of the toughest diseases took away his ability to dress himself, feed himself, communicate, and eventually remember who I was. At 1:15 p.m. on Monday, January 16, 2017, I sat with my dad as he took his last breath. It was that moment when I lost a significant part of my identity. My roles of caregiver and daughter were gone instantly, leaving me with strong feelings of emptiness. It was that moment, 1:15 p.m., where I questioned my ability to do this. However, I woke up the next day, I went to class, and I took the med-surg quiz. One day at a time, I fought the fog of grief and continued going to classes, clinicals, my nursing externship, and my job at the hospital. It was through each of these, along with the immeasurable support and encouragement of my classmates, family, friends, and faculty, that I found the hope and strength to continue. Now, while my dad's passing took so much from me, it gave me one gift, and that's the gift of perspective. I realized that I am still a caregiver, and I am still an advocate, and I am going to be a nurse. My story isn't unique. Each of us has had life happen to us to some extent during our attempt to get here. Each student here has faced some degree of adversity. We've lost family, lost friends, lost pets, family members got sick, or just got on our nerves. Some have gotten married, engaged, divorced. Some have had children, raised children. Some are raising pet therapy dogs. Good or bad, our lives didn't stop just because we were in nursing school. And we didn't stop either. When times were tough, we were tougher. And this cohort is full of the strongest and most resilient group of nurses that I am beyond proud to know. Now, as we face the peak of our fear, our impending boards, and the beginning of our nursing careers, I want to encourage you to continue to use the tool of reflection. Reflect back on all the fears and difficulties that you faced, the moments you didn't think you could do it, and remember that you overcame. As we prepare for our boards and begin our practice, I hope this reflection gives you the courage and confidence to face these next steps. Thank you, and congratulations to the IUS School of Nursing Class of 2018. So now, speaking on behalf of the RN to BSN program will be Stacey.